What is good, people? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday night. We're rounding up a little. We got some transfer news to discuss as well from earlier updates. Once again, don't shoot the messenger. I will say that again, probably later on in the stream as well. But we are back. Transfer Talk. KG is here. I hope everyone's doing well. Enjoying the weekend, enjoying Premier League football back in full effect. I'm enjoying it and half thinking, uh-oh. Ooh. Yeah, I don't get nervous, but you know that one. Yeah, but listen, people, hope everyone's doing well. Chris, anyone waiting to watch Joseph score against Barca? Well, we're doing this live right now, Chris, and Mallorca have had 2 players sent off. So unless they're going to bring him on for when Barca eventually go at 5 or 6, I don't think Joseph's going to see the pitch today. But yeah, be good to see him get on out there, but I don't know if it's going to be today. What else have we got so far? Hyru saying here, KG going live. Interested to hear what you have to say about Sunderland. Of course, of course. And you also add here, Hyru, Man City battering Wolves. Shirky coming off the bench for a goal. Really hope that's not our future. Yeah, we'll talk about this as the season progresses, but we'll talk about it today as well. Obviously, not everyone's played because obviously we haven't played yet. And guys, this isn't the Everton preview. Going to come back tomorrow and do that separately. That's going to be in a different video. So we'll go through our lineups and manager notes and everything else, score predictions tomorrow on the Sunday. So yeah. What's going on, Slim? What's up, KG? Happy to catch another live. What's good with you? What's going on, Ash? What's good, Ryan? So yeah, listen. Let's talk. Let's talk. Annabelle in the house. What's going on? Results so far, people. I want to get a feeling, and I've put just it's only like it's not even a serious poll because I know that we've got work to do, but I'm still interested to see if anyone thinks we're going to stay up even if we don't do any other business. And that's all it is. It's not even a serious poll, but participate if you want to. You know what I mean? Ash here. And this is what I was going to get to, and Ash brings this up perfectly. Thank you, Ash. I didn't watch a lot of Prem the last 2 seasons, which Ash, you are not alone. There will be a lot of Leeds fans that have done the exact same thing like you. Not me, of course. Of course, not me. Watching a few games this weekend has had me shook for what is ahead. Yeah. And I said this anyway. Look, we're going to redo the prediction videos. I've said that already, so I won't go over that again. But down the bottom, and you're seeing today with Wolves, and I put West Ham in there as well, it's going to be ugly. Like all this thing about surviving, it's not going to be like 40 points. Those days are long gone. Teams don't get near 40 points anymore for survival. I don't know when the last time somebody needed 40 points to survive. It's been a few years now. It's going to be hard for the bottom 5, 6 clubs. You know, there's going to be real rough moments through the season for all 6 teams that will be at the bottom, and of course for the eventual bottom 3. And it's going to look like what you've seen not in the Bournemouth case. And it's good that we've got 2 different kind of results to talk about there with Bournemouth. I mentioned it in an earlier video, but you saw what they did against Liverpool. Look at all the work they had to put into almost get a point. Almost. They didn't do it. They eventually lost by 2 clear goals. That's the difference. But then you look down where I think we will be, and that's with the Wolves of the world. You've seen what they've done today, people. You know what I mean? It's completely different. The levels and the way that you need to be clinical at this level is completely different. Burnley, clean sheets galore last season. Yes, change of personnel, same manager, same ethos, and they've been battered today by Tottenham. It is a completely different level. And maybe the realization will have come now for a few people like Ash and maybe like some others. But yeah, it's going to be really hard, people. It's going to be really hard. Matt here saying, also noticed City only had about 4 shots, 4 goals. Even Spurs did the same thing. Yeah, it's incredible because even the Sunderland West Ham game, if you're talking about the chances and stuff like that, there wasn't too much in it. But Sunderland were just clinical today against West Ham. And West Ham, they need some work to that team. And especially if Paqueta goes, we're definitely going to be rearranging some of the numbers down the bottom of that table when we redo that list. But that's the difference at this level, man. It's absolutely brutal. And if you don't take all your chances, if you don't concentrate for the full 90 minutes, you're done. You're done. You're absolutely done. Timmy here saying here, no idea what we're facing in the Prem. If Leeds ain't in it, I ain't interested. Okay, need help with this league, to be honest. And Timmy, you're not alone there. There's a lot of Leeds fans that are the exact same in terms of that. And that is why when I've been speaking, when we've been in the Championship about no, this they're good for this level, but if we go up, we can't sign them. When I've said this over and over again, like players like Joe Rothwell and even Junior Firpo, I haven't been saying it out of spite. I haven't been saying it because I don't like the people. It's because the levels are completely different. So hopefully now people can see what I've been saying and why we need to raise the ceiling of this squad and get the first 11 down to the bench. This is why I've been talking the way I talk. So hopefully it's a bit clearer to people now. Jack saying here that West Ham team play like they've never met yet. Like I say, I've never been convinced by Graham Potter. Maybe a couple of signings will do it, but and we'll speak about someone who they also had the list same as us, who's not going to be going to them, it seems. But yeah, they've got a lot of work to do because Sunderland, that it was light work for them in the end, wasn't it? You know, I saw their transition goal, especially for I think it was Isidore's for the third goal. Just they had so much time. It was almost like a championship goal. You know, that wasn't really like a Premier League goal. It was more like a championship one. Ryan here saying here, what today showed me is that the defense is going to be the main ingredient to survive, but we have to get that fairy dust in attacking areas. 100%, Ryan, and we're going to speak about that. In terms of the results, hey, listen, FPL, I'm cooking people. I am cooking in FPL this weekend. Let me just say that. Maybe I don't want to hear from anyone that's got more points than me now. Don't shame me up. Don't shame me. Don't shame me. But no, what ruined it for me? The Brighton clean sheet. And did you see who scored the goal? Muniz. I was like, oh, back post, just there, clinical finish. Rodrigo Muniz, man. Well, what could have been, eh? What could have been? He's gonna end up in Italy, isn't he? But it's all good. It's all good. What else was there in terms of that? Obviously, Sunderland, very good result. Burnley, I've already said as well with Burnley, I haven't been yeah, it killed me, Lewis. I saw it on the screen. I was like, no. In terms of Burnley, I've not been convinced with what they've bought, which is why I will probably keep them in 20th position regardless of what happens. I just don't think they've done enough. And it was night and day. Again, you talk about Tottenham, who you probably expect to be in the top half of the table this season, unlike last season. But yeah, there just isn't enough there, and they lost a big part of what made them so great last season, which was Trafford, and one of the centre backs that left for free as well. That they lost a large bedrock of what made them so good. Pellegrino here saying there's one thing having the money, but players don't seem to want to come to Leeds. We will get into that, Pellegrino. We will get into that. No worries. What else was there? Of course, Wolves. We've just seen them get decimated by Man City, and that's one of the reason why I've got them in the bottom three currently as well. There's just with Wolves, and again, you're judging up against Man City, which is not going to be their regular thing every week. But Wolves have just got a very, very ordinary team, which is why I said what I said yesterday. I don't know why people say be honest. I'm always honest on here. Like, do you see one sponsor on this channel, people? Do you see anything that would make you think that I have got any reason to not be honest? I say it because you've got to look outside the Leeds bubble sometimes and look at what other people have got or haven't got. And then I look at Wolves and I go, yeah, that's not pretty. And look at that today, just very, very ordinary. Yeah, Sunderland. Yeah, it's going to be ruckus up there. And that's what Leeds United have got to do at Ellen Road, man. That's what we've got to do. We've got to make it ruckus like Sunderland did. And people always say, you pick up Sunderland too much. Did you see that today? One game, but yeah. Yeah, Sunderland did it right, early and aggressive, ambitious. Absolutely. Hyru here. Did you watch the interview Farker did with Tony Doriga? No, I didn't. I didn't watch that. No. I've seen the press conference, but no, I haven't seen anything like that. I don't tend to watch stuff like that. But if there's anything of note, Hyru, stick it in the chat. But yeah, so going on to the news, people, because I did a video earlier this morning talking about both of these players. Well, there's not very good news updates. Now, some people are saying that it's a dead leg. And if it's a dead leg, then there shouldn't be an issue. But going by the Leicester City manager here, I believe that it was an injury from a tackle, but I can't confirm or deny because I haven't seen the tackle. But he appeared in James Justin, appeared in discomfort when he left the field. He captained Leicester this afternoon, and the manager says this: he was in a lot of pain. We need to discuss with the medical team. He was growing into the game. So I don't know. That doesn't sound like a dead leg to me, people. But if it is, okay. But a lot of people would say as well that if the more injured he is, the more likely we're still signing people. You know what I mean? Information and entertainment, people. Don't take it seriously. But yeah, I don't know how serious it is. Obviously, though, if it is, let's say, worse than a dead leg, surely that, even with our fetish for injured players, surely that puts the deal in jeopardy, right? You know, because we still need two fullbacks, people. We need two. It's got to be James Justin and somebody else. You know what I mean? It can't just be the one and hoping that he survives the whole season. It's insanity. We are gonna have to base our strength off being solid at the back, and you can't be solid if Bogle or Goodman sends out and Byram's in the team. I'm sorry, and I like Sam, but that doesn't run at Premier League level, people. We can't get away with that. Yeah, listen, isn't it crazy? I mean, Man City are top now, but at one stage today, Sunderland were top of the Prem and Sheffield United at the bottom of the Championship. Crazy how things go sometimes, isn't it? All mad. Ash saying here he is injured now. We will sign him before the night ends. Tremendous. See, we know that, we know the script, don't we? We know what's going on. Say, how hurt is he? Got 6 weeks out? We'll take him. You know what I mean? I can fix you. You know what I mean? It's one of those, man. It's one of those. Ryan here saying here we will just have to make a tough decision and sign someone who isn't injured. Fancy that, Ryan? Just the normalities of transfer where clubs sign players that have got hardly a bad injury record. Must be nice, eh? Must be nice. We're almost going to get to the point where fans will be conditioned like they've been conditioned in recent years, where we don't need two left backs because Bielsa made people play in all different positions. We're almost going to be in a position where, yeah, but he hasn't been injured recently. Is it worth signing him? You know what I mean? Crazy stuff. Cricks, we'll go with Cricks. We need 3 in minimum, 2 attacking players and a fullback. Nah, we need more than that. Listen, you know what? Reality is, I don't know how many we're going to get, especially with the rate we've moved. You know, DCL being the last one in, but before that, there was a long gap between DCL and Perry, the goalkeeper. We need more than that, and we also need departures. Melier needs to go. There's so many departures that we need out of the club to free up wages as well. But we don't seem to be moving at a good rate. All we're doing is getting out the easier ones, like the Joe Gelharts and Mateo Joseph and everything else like that. We can't seem to shift any of the, let's say, the undesirables, shall we say. Michelle, sorry late. Would you take Harmer, KG? Yeah, you know I would. Well, actually, you wouldn't, Michelle, would you? Because you disappeared from my channel for ages. But yes, I would take Gus Harmer because he is a Premier League player. There's no doubt about it, people. People can talk about everything in terms of his body shape just because he doesn't have the prototypical body shape of today's player. That has got nothing to do with the ability that he has on the ball. And it will be down to him and the medical team to help keep his weight down through the season, because it did balloon through the season as it went on for Sheffield United. There's no doubt about it. But as long as he can keep that under control, that is just a top operator. And by the way, people, we don't have any of that right now in the team. There's none of that stardust in this team right now. Said it over and over again. We've got a workman-like, solid team. There is not a sprinkle of magic in this team, not one. Probably the closest we've got is maybe Ramazani, but how often is he going to see the pitch? Let's be real. You know, he's hardly been featured in pre-season as it is. So we need to get that attacking midfielder. And listen, beautiful transition, because Palace do look like they're going to lose Eze to Spurs. And it's quite funny because Spurs, you know, Leeds, I always say there's parallels, even though now Spurs have won a trophy, so might have to move away from that. But Spurs never planned on triggering the 60 plus 8 million release clause for Eze, the 68 million release clause, because they wanted to negotiate below it, which is what I think we were wanting to do with Bilal El Khannouss. But Eze could miss Palace's weekend opener against Chelsea, and he could be at Tottenham, which has obviously now left the door open for Bilal El Khannouss, people. Crystal Palace, this is from Ornstein earlier. Palace approached Leicester to explore move for Bilal El Khannouss. No bid yet, plus not guaranteed 21-year-old exits, but Palace in contact with Leicester City. But then Sasha Tavalieri updated not long after. Palace did make a 20 million bid for Khannouss, rejected by Leicester. Palace planning to make Palace planning to complete El Khannouss' move with new decisive bid if Eze finishes his move to Tottenham. The Moroccan has given his priority to Crystal Palace as he's already given the green light on a 4-year contract. And again, people, once again, we have not been anywhere near that. We've been hearing, like with Pashal, with Muniz, yeah, they like the idea of coming to Leeds, but we never get to that personal terms agreement. Well, Crystal Palace have got that. And you best believe once Eze leaves Crystal Palace for Spurs, El Khannouss is going to be at Palace, people. So I think this is one where we're going to have to just cross it off again. It's going to be another target off the board. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's another one that it looks like it's going to be out of our reach. James here saying we should have given Meslier to Crawley. That's tremendous. Random here saying here this thing again. No point wasting our time on players that don't want to come. Well, we're coming down to a crunch time now. So when earlier in the window where it was probably a little bit more sensible to wait, there was time to. There is no time now. And this is the thing. People keep saying that the 49ers do business late in the window. Once again, completely different levels from Championship to the Premier League, especially when you're already starting with one of the better squads in the Championship. You don't really need to add too much else to it. We need to add some more to this squad in order to try and fight relegation. We're in completely different levels, people. Everything levels up, and that includes the 49ers recruitment as well. Done brilliantly at Championship level, but this is a whole different kettle of fish. A whole different kettle of fish. Hyru here saying here, once again, the name of the game is, as a promoted side, is getting in early for players, move quickly and efficiently. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we moved early, and our first one was Metcha. It kind of set the tone, didn't it? But yeah. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, I mean, they probably would have, in all fairness. If Sunderland had come in for El Khannouss, they would have sold the Sunderland project to him, and I have no doubt that he would have been his destination. Yeah, and you listen to Dan Ballard today in terms of, just how the new players have settled in and been great around the place. Because you know what's funny? When players go to other clubs and it's not Leeds United, they're all money grabbing people. They're all money grabbing players. But when they come to Leeds United, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, like Stack, oh, they're just good guys, man. They're playing for Leeds. Oh, they just love the guys. You guys are got to get real. They're players that are ambitious, and Sunderland are clearly an ambitious football club. What happens at the end of the season? Who knows? There's a lot of football to play, but they've put their cards down, man, and they've played them well so far. DC Hubs, KG, I think that Sunderland midfield is better than ours. Yeah, could be. There's an argument, isn't there? What would our best three be? Shall we say Ampadu, Tanaka, Stack? That's a pretty good three. Theirs would probably be Habib Diarra, Xhaka. You got Riggin there. You got Siddiqui. Yeah, maybe. Let's get this one off. I don't want to think about it. Ryan here saying, obviously, I hope we beat Everton. Obviously, this is not the Everton preview, so let's not go there, but I get Ryan's point here. But I don't want our owners to think then we have enough by the result. Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. Yeah, please, let's not suffer the same mistakes of our old ownership where a win meant everything was okay. They've still got to know that there's still work to do within the squad. And yeah, a win against Everton. Look, this weekend's results for me, does it put even more pressure on the Everton result a little bit? Possibly. Because in terms of, we can already see what kind of, I feel we can already see what Burnley and Wolves are going to be about for me. Sunderland have beaten a team that will be in and around them. These are where the points are going to be so crucial. You've got to take points off the teams that are going to be in and around you. Now, I don't think Everton are going to be in trouble this season, but when you're looking at Everton home game, you've got to be looking at that as 3 points. You have to. If that's not a game you look at 3 points, then what is? So it will be interesting, but again, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Nidar here, Sunderland have better transfer negotiators. That much is for sure. Yeah, 100%. There's no doubt about that as well, by the way. No doubt about it. Timmy here saying here, I make it only 73 million spent so far. Surely we can still go big. Am I wrong? Yeah, it's around that. It's around just over 70, because even with DCL, obviously that is a free transfer, although there'll be signing on fee, but that doesn't count. But yeah, it's not that much money, which is why we all seem to think, and I'm in that camp as well, people, I'm with you, that we're going to go big somewhere. And that's why I've been thinking of Mitrovic. Is he going to be that difference maker for our team that will put us above Wolves and West Ham? Is it going to be a forward? Could it be Bakwa now? Forest have signed Hutchinson, now that was all done and dusted. Douglas Luiz is going there in a bit. McAtee's going there. They're probably not going to need backward in an already stacked midfield. So, but yeah, who is going to be our Stardust? It's going to be interesting to see, man. Interesting to see. Yeah, and Everton's midfield looks good as well. Grealish, Keane, and Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, we'll speak about that tomorrow for sure, man. But yeah, so there's El Khannouss, man. And that one's disappointing because especially at that price point as well, where it was for the minimum release clause at 24.5 million. When you're seeing the prices of players like Hutchinson, it's a drop in the ocean, isn't it? But it looks like that one's gone. Another one we've been linked to recently, but I've heard nothing about it, but just giving an update here on Buonanotte from Brighton. Looks like Bayer Leverkusen and Brighton are in talks in regards to it. There's no agreement at this point in time, and he could even still stay in England. But again, if you're going to use a loan slot, Buonanotte would be a nice one, wouldn't it? That would be a nice loan to get in the door. But it looks like Germany could be his next destination. Bring back Nick Hammond and Steinson. Yeah, man. Oh man, what's going on here? Wilf in the house. What's going on, Wilf, man? Leeds need to grow up quickly with transfers. The signs are there when a player is holding out for another team. We should make our best bid and give a deadline. Once the deadline is reached, move on. Yeah, I'm with you, Wilf. I've always said that both players and clubs need an internal deadline, and I'm sure DCL and Leeds were operating on that same thing as well. DCL was probably exploring other options. I don't buy the whole thing. Listen, you can believe that kind of stuff if you want. It all just sounds good PR, and I respect it, man. You get yourself in the good grace of Leeds fans. It's cool. But both people, if we had got Muniz, we're not seeing DCL. If we had got other forwards, if we got Kristovic earlier in the window from Lecce, we're not seeing DCL. So it's one of those where it has come, like Zinni Boswell said, both neither will for each other's first choice, but you'll do. You know, that's what happens. You've got to have your own internal deadlines. That is for sure. And I feel like we have missed out on a few players because we've probably overrun on the deadlines as well. Easy teasy here saying quick Bellhammer and Buendia. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise you, would it? With the way the window's gone, and this is what we've done so far, people. I think this is via the lead zone. So shout out to them for the graphic. But this is what we've done so far. And it's like Chris King. Shout out to you, Chris King. He's very passionate, man. Gets very I can feel like the tension when he types, man. I feel like he's gonna blow a gasket. But I always will try and keep the standards high when I'm looking for signings. Like I'll always keep on banging that Mitrovic drum, keep on trying to say, let's go and get this attacker if you can. Try and convince them to come to the club. Because right now, what we've signed so far this summer is just pure workman. It's just pure height, pure grit, and pure workman. Not an ounce of tech in any of these players. Now, Stack, he can progress the ball, no problem. I'm excluding Stack from this, but again, he's not. When I talk like a baller, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about jugadors, right? I'm talking about jugadors. Yeah, me too, Ash, me too. But when you see the graphic, it reminds you. I tell you who doesn't forget it though. People love Kingy, man. Whether you love him or dislike him, you have an opinion about him, right? He's one of those kind of people. But yeah, when you're looking at what we've got, you see what we're trying to build, but you've got to sprinkle that stardust on there, man. You've got to, because we have to curate chances in games. Like we can't just dig the ball out of our half and let it come back every time. Someone's going to have to carry that ball up, and someone's got to score goals. So it's important that we get on that very, very soon, especially with El Khannouss looking like he's going to Palace. Kingy, there you go. Ambiance 10 kg. This team is killing me. Tremendous, Kingy, man. Enjoy your weekend, bro. Enjoy it. All right. Don't let the team get. We haven't even kicked a ball yet, man. And we'll go into predictions tomorrow. But you never know. You might feel good about the Everton game. Huh? You never know. Michelle in the house saying here, it'll be all panic buys now. Hopefully I'm wrong and we get a decent player or two in. Problem is, Michelle, when you look at the screen, we've got decent players in. We don't need decent players, Michelle. We need quality players. And the thing is, even Farkas said so this isn't just my opinion. This is coming from the manager too. We need quality to add to the squad. They can't just be bodies, people, because then if you buy in 4 decent players, guess what? You still need 4 quality players. It makes no difference, does it? You might as well try and get the best that you can before you start scraping the barrel. But yeah, it's Yeah, Pete. Leeds looking up by shower at Marseille. That's tremendous. That's tremendous. Oh, they had they went down 1-0 to 10 men, didn't they? Crazy game, crazy game. Um, yeah, and it's quality, not quantity. You can have all the numbers you want, but if they're all duds or average players, you know where your fate's gonna lie, don't you? So yeah. So yeah, a lot of you talk about Harmer again, man. I thought no one liked Harmer. What's going on? What's with the Harmer loving again? Is it that goal from the halfway line? But yeah, so listen, that's what we got. What else have we got here? Have I got anything new from Fabrizio? Because I don't think we're going to do any business tonight. I don't expect to be back at 10 o'clock in the evening. No, yeah, Eze Fabrizio just reposted about Eze. Belabor staying at Brighton. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Ed, yeah, Belabor staying at Brighton. Ed, you're gonna have to go back next year. I know, crazy days, man. And this, and again, I'm not saying anything bad against the two players, but like Ed here saying here about Longstaff once wanted for 50 million. I've seen both quotes for both Longstaff and DCL from articles back in like 2020. It just tickled me, man. Like, you won't believe what Shearer had to say about Longstaff. Articles like 4 years old. It's like, all right, man. What's he saying lately? What have you done for me lately? You know, one of those. Um, it's like Bates is back. Oh, you know what, man? I'm not going to do that to the 49ers. AFV, I know you're probably joking here, but if you remember what it was like on Bates, it's night and day. Man, we were losing players that had no business going for the prices they went. What did we lose? We lost players on freeze, like Bradley Johnson. I've spoken about that with him on the channel and in private before. What was it? How much did Adam Clayton go for? Schmeichel 1.5. We've had darker days, people. We've definitely had darker days. Michelle saying here, do some late lives, KG, so I can comment live and you can say I still listen. Tremendous. Oh man. But yeah, I think that is it, people. That is the updates. And again, don't shoot the messenger. I can only deliver the news, man. And I wish it was better news, but you never know. Look, Lewis Cook. Oh, you know what, random guy? That's probably the physio's perfect signing because you know what? He's injured right now. He's been injured since last season. So yeah, they probably would go and get him. Yeah, the poll ain't really that important, Russ. I mean, okay, let me end the poll. Let me do that. It was only for giggles, you know, one of those. After seeing some of game week one's results, Leeds have work to do. Transfers 86%. We will stay up 13%. So there you go. There you are, people. So there we are, people. There we are. So we'll end it there. In terms of the news and how people are feeling. Like I say, drop your thoughts and anything below and how you feel after you've seen some of today's games. If it is your first time watching the Premier League since we've been relegated, let me know if you think it's going to be easier, if you're going to stay up, or how much else we need in the transfer market. Guys, tomorrow is the preview for Everton. I shall see you then. Peace out. Like the video before you go. It's free to do and helps me out immensely. Peace.